Can't hear me. There we go. All right, so thank you everybody for tuning in, and for the host from Onyx Path, thank you. We've got some Onyx Path folks in the chat right now, or not necessarily in the chat, but watching the stream. And then of course we've got a friend of the channel, Plastic Age Plays. He interviewed me actually over a year ago at this point about some stuff, and he has a fantastic channel dedicated to actually a lot of different stuff, and I think you're actually running something on Onyx Path as well, so please feel free to pump that in the chat as well. He has a really cool show called Running of Drows. It's shoot, I can't remember the name of it offhand, but they're almost all females. They're almost all completely drow, so it's Underdark goodness if you really enjoy D&D. You can catch up by clicking on his ID in the chat and going up to his channel. He's got a bunch of other things. He's also written a bunch of stuff, which you'll find in the Storyteller's Vault, as well as Drive-Thru RPG, because they're all kind of tied together, as well as the one for D&D, which name completely eludes me. There you go. Extreme Drowness. Oh, and he's a programming coordinator. Fantastic. Cool. Okay, so we're still waiting for some of our folks to show up. We have one who's going to be missing from our group for a little bit. She's catching up on some real-life work because she is a uber good seamstress. We have another person, Damaris, who will be showing up. She, of course, has a later schedule, so she'll be here in a bit. However, we do have Sophie, we have Hesperia, and we have Bear currently in the chat. Currently on here. So just a brief recap for anybody who is watching or tuning in. So this is Ashland by night.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Yay! So thank you, Plastic Age Plays. They're now hosting us. If you didn't hear the Blazing Saddles quote emanate from the chat. I know some of our players, they're not listening because it will create an audio feedback, but it's the scene where the sheriff first introduces himself. Yeah, Eric is laughing. The sheriff first introduced himself to everybody. And so he's all, excuse me while I whip this out. And then, of course, they're screaming. You can hear Rebecca in the background. And I do apologize ahead of time. As you can see, some of the cameras are kind of adjusting arbitrarily. I don't know a way of fixing that on a permanent basis, primarily because it's has to do with Skype, and of course the chat, or not the chat, but the software that we use. Anywho, but this Ashland Benite is actually set in Ashland, Oregon. It's was formerly our home game, which we've actually taken live, and we run amok on occasion. Sometimes they deal with ghouls who have gotten themselves in trouble. Other times they don't quite take themselves very seriously as Baron, or they just look to kill stuff.
Shots fired.
So, without any further ado, of course, we've got Rebecca and Rachel coming here soon. So when everybody rises for the next evening at the group haven, Bear, in your case, I don't know if you took a room or you're still staying in the Yield camper in the driveway.
No, I have a room.
Okay. I mean, you had the option, but that works too.
Well, I got my girls in there. I got, Steffi's up in there, Susan's up in there, so I got to make sure they're okay.
Right, exactly. Okay, well, that'll work. The manly protector.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the next evening, Sophie, we'll say that you went in to check in on Olivia. Because Olivia had last we played was going out on her date with the fireman.
That's right.
And got kind of razzed and quickly skedaddled with her hunka man love. But when you go to her room, it's cleaned out.
Oh.
And there is a note. There's a very flowery looking note, on cardstock, so it wasn't just kind of hastily done. And it's sitting on the dresser inside the room.
Okay, I go look at the note.
Okay.
First I look in the closet and check if everything is gone.
Yes.
Okay, I'll look at the note.
Oh, thank you for the biddies. Yay! Thank you very much. So you get the note, and it's her handwriting. So, and because she's Ventru, it's like, I mean, the first thing you notice, because you're Toreador and you're kind of picky that way too. Perfect typeset. The ink. It was personally signed. It was like it's very well to do. She took time in putting it together, but. The letter says, basically, it's addressed to all, not any one individual. And it says, to whomever finds this, I apologize for leaving abruptly. We just had everybody shift.
No.
Yeah, no. Hang on. So it says, I apologize for not being present, when you find this. As you know, the loss of Joshua was very traumatic, and I'm still having a very difficult time processing that. I am taking a sabbatical. I hope to be back, and I don't believe this will be permanent. Please don't hate me for my decision or my haste. I'll endeavor to be back when I have my head on straight. Love, Olivia.
Aww. Sad. I mean, it's understandable, but she was supposed to be my maid of honor.
Uh-oh.
We gotta figure that out. All right, I'm gonna go find Hesperia and show her the note.
Okay.
Knock on Hesperia's door.
Come in.
Open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Sophie, Hey, what is this?
Olivia's gone.
Is this is this legitimate or
It seems so to me. Actually, you know what? Let's make sure. I'm gonna roll Spirit's Touch
Oh,
on the note
go right on ahead.
because why not?
Because why not? You have got a new vampire power, and you are going to use it. So difficulty 6.
I got 1 success minus a 1, so
Nada.
nothing.
Well, thankfully, this isn't a
Never
courage
mind.
check for you. You decide to touch the letter, and you just run scared. You're like, ah! No, you're good. You're always the more passionate one of them all. Maybe you just got a little confused with your hurt feelings at seeing this the way it is, and you just didn't really pick up on anything. But you know it's her.
I mean, it's her handwriting,
Yes.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say. I guess I'm just not used to this kind of loss, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't realize she was hurting this badly.
Yeah,
And
I guess I didn't
just
either.
distracted with my own things, I guess.
Same here, unfortunately. Did she leave any kind of hoarding information besides this, or it's just we'll see her when we see her?
I didn't see anything. This is all, her room's cleaned out. There's nothing there,
Okay.
just the note.
It doesn't seem like it's foul play at all. So I'll trust that she'll return when she feels that she can. That doesn't make it any easier, I suppose. I mean, she did really get you some great shoes, too.
She did, and I love those shoes.
Those shoes are fantastic.
And what's
They're-
up, Cool Imp? Thank you for dropping by and saying hi. It's another a friend of the chat. We've played together before, and he's in there asking to play a Lasombra Voidwalker. No.
We don't want any Lasombra around here. Stay on your own part of town.
So then you end up seeing Doug come walking over. His hands are kind of folded at his side. He looks a little melancholy.
Hey, Doug.
Hi, roomies. I guess you saw the note.
So I guess you knew about this already?
Yeah, she kind of had me help during the day.
Is she okay?
Her face wasn't completely red.
Did she say where she was going?
I tried to ask, like buddy to buddy and stuff, but no, she didn't really want to say.
Hey, Rumi. Just making sure. She didn't seem like she was being forced or anything, did she?
Oh no, nothing like that. It was kind of ingenious. She packed herself up, and then she had some people move her.
Okay.
But I insisted on helping because I helped with her room and I knew how everything should be packed.
I'm sure she appreciated that, Doug.
I hope so.
Are you okay, Doug?
I'm okay, I suppose.
Do you need something to clean? Because we have a whole kitchen and yard that could probably use some upkeep if that'll keep that off your mind.
Oh, no, I'm good. I figure I'll go
okay.
stab something a couple times.
Okay.
Okay.
So, if you need me, I'm gonna take my rapier and go stick it into some wood.
Sounds like a good idea. Maybe I'll join you.
Okay. Bear found this like really cool training thingy, so I'm probably gonna stab that a couple times if you wanna give it a go.
All right. See what else I have to do, and I might join you.
Stabbing stuff is good therapy, Doug.
With caveat.
No caveat. Okay. Am I not on the call?
You're on the call, and I can hear you.
Because I can't. Oh, because I can't hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yep, everybody
We
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay, as long as everybody can hear me, I'm good.
Yep.
So I'm assuming Miriam's just in her office.
Actually, it's the beginning part of the night, so you can be if you'd like.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Sophie, maybe we should go share this information with the others.
Yeah, good idea.
I'm gonna go ahead and send Stephanie a text to meet us in Miriam's room, since Bear's probably not gonna be using his phone or has a phone, right?
Well, are you going to go to Miriam's room, or are you going to down to
Miriam's
her office? Okay.
Miriam's office, where she's located.
I just say she ain't letting you in her room.
I figured out my new CD DVD player, so I can play music. That's all I'm doing right now. I got me some good tunes going on.
I'm going to send Olivia a text that just says, you're always welcome, and a heart emoji. See if it goes through.
Excuse me.
Well, right now I'm trying to get Rachel into the chat right now, so
Oh, okay.
getting you guys can probably handle that. You are in Rebecca. You are in your office again, presumably going over whatever information you have left from your sire,
Right.
or at least trying to draft up some plans. And you've also got another dinner meeting with the family because you missed the last one, and everybody had to bring you in.
Yeah, well. Okay, so she gets stuff together and then heads, starts leaving her office to head down to the dining room or wherever they're going to meet.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're going to meet you in your office.
The family is?
No, I thought you were talking about the others. No, your family gathering is always at the Cedar House.
Okay, so she starts getting her stuff together, because she's got that to do.
We'll probably meet you in the hallway
Okay.
as you're leaving.
Okie dokie. Wow, everybody's really talkative tonight.
I'm still in my room. Nobody's come and got me yet.
I texted you. I texted Stephanie.
Yeah, Stephanie at this point, and I apologize, it's technical difficulties. I'm trying to get Rachel into the game. So
No, you're good.
So I'm working with her. Stephanie at this point has already actually probably woken Bear up and let her know that the others are trying to reach her or reach him.
Oh, okay. So they're gonna be downstairs again. So I'm gonna go down there.
Okay, and she does say, Bear, it's probably a good idea if we at least get you a flip phone so they can reach you directly. So when it chimes, you can just open it up and talk to people.
I broke the last flip phone we got from you, Stephanie. Remember, I just popped it. It was it just came right out of there. So
Well,
you
I
gave me a
know,
good one. I can do
I
that.
know, but you've been watching too much Star Trek. That's not how it works.
That was so cool. I like that.
So maybe we can work on something that's a little bit stronger. But in the meantime, I'll look to get you one. You just have to be more careful with it, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Susan said something about some kind of brick phone. I don't get that. Somebody, it's a brick phone. It's a phone with a brick, or what is that?
That's a phone from the 80s. And they can probably survive a nuclear blast, but they have a horrible signal.
Oh, all right. Well, you girls figure that out. I'm gonna go meet the other girls downstairs. And I'm gonna go
Okay.
see what's going on.
And let us know what your friends think of you getting a new phone, okay?
Oh, okay, yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Sperry will probably like that.
I would imagine she would, and if you could, please check on the leg issue.
Oh no, we talked about that. Remember, because that
No,
was
I
last
understand,
time.
but we
So,
want to set a timetable for it. Remember, Barry,
yeah.
it's important that we set up a timetable. We don't want to let it just kind of fester.
Oh no. Miriam says she's looking into it. She has a people that she knows. I don't know the weirdo vampire people. So she's talking to them, getting that all worked out.
Weirdo vampire.
I don't know.
Okay.
They do stuff that's just crazy.
Bear, do you know if that's an actual clan name or?
I don't know. I can find out.
Get him next shit.
That would be a good idea, Bear. That way we know what we're dealing with. Remember the last time you ran into your first venture, and they talked you into buying a bunch of stuff. It's important to know ventures can do that.
Fair though, because they made it sound like that was a good deal. So
right,
it wasn't fair.
No, it absolutely was not fair. But remember, you want to identify potential threats. You're good about threats.
Oh yeah, I killed the threat. Yeah.
Right, but not so good about identifying them. That's what you have us here for.
No.
So we want to work on that. Let's see if we can find out the clan name, okay?
Okay, so it's probably not weirdo. You're right. I'll go find out.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I'm gonna head on downstairs.
Okay. I imagine him going downstairs very much like Forrest Gump, just like, Miriam, are you down here? Just like calling.
Where is everybody? Are you all down here?
There, we're down here.
Okay, I'm coming.
You don't have to yell.
All right.
Sorry. I didn't mean to sound cross at you.
No, you're okay. It's all right. I get. I'm loud. I understand.
We can definitely hear you coming.
Yeah, that's true, Miriam. That's true.
Yeah. Bear, Miriam, now that you're both here, we have something that was left to show you. All I'm going to say is prepare yourselves. Sophie.
Do I even want to know?
No one's dead. No one's really dead. No one's had the final death, so that's okay.
Okay.
Way to preface this.
I mean, I'm just
spit it out.
Olivia's gone. She's
Where?
left.
But she's
We
not
don't know.
dead.
She left this note.
You're gonna have to read that for me, guys. I can't read, so.
Basically the death of her ghoul has impacted her more than we guessed, and she's having a really hard time. She decided to get out of town so she can process it.
That fireman didn't kidnap her, did he? We don't have to go kill him, do we?
that's the first thing I thought too, Bear.
Yeah.
Well, Doug says that she worked with him to arrange getting her stuff out, so it sounds like everything was on the up and up.
All right.
But she said she'll be back if and when she can.
Oh,
I'll miss Livia.
okay.
I'm gonna miss Olivia too.
Fuck. Anything else I need to know about tonight?
That's all I've got.
The night is young.
Yeah, plenty more to fuck up.
Yeah. Miriam, did you find out from? Okay, you got to forgive me. I don't even know these weirdo vampire names. But did you find out anything about Stephanie's legs yet?
Oh, you're talking about the Samisi.
Can you wait? Say that again, because Stephanie was asking. What is some what?
Samisi?
Some. Oh, I got some shit to say.
It's okay. It's not the easiest. Okay, so I can tell her what it is. Basically, they have the ability to do what's called flesh and bone crafting. And I am working with Isadora to try and get it worked out when we'll be able to do it.
Yeah, I like this door. She's great.
She is pretty.
Yeah.
I doubt she was born looking that way, though.
Oh, wow. I didn't think about that.
Well, if she can flesh craft, that means she could do it to herself.
So they're like Frankenstein people but they're better at it.
Almost definitely.
Oh, that's good. All right. Well, good for them. Oh,
Okay.
Stephanie says I need to get some kind of flipper phone because I'm not real good with the phone. I broke my last phone. So, and Susan says I should get a brick phone. So I don't know why it's something I can just pop out, she says, and just go boop, and I can answer the phone. It'll just make it easy on me.
We'll look to getting a sturdy phone for you, definitely. Being able to contact you, I think, is going to be a good thing. And not just open a window and scream.
Yeah. Well, Stephanie usually comes and bangs on my door and everything like that. So worse or better, you can contact me directly. I like that.
Okay. Yeah, no, we'll like it too, especially when we need your particular skills.
Yeah. Are we gonna kill something tonight, by the way? Because we haven't killed something in a while.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Go stab something for the therapeutic effect.
Yeah.
I don't know
whatever that means, but
makes you feel better.
Effect. That's a big word again.
Therapeutic just means it makes you feel better.
I like feeling better. Let's go stab something then.
Let's stab till we feel better, guys.
Yeah.
The answer to everything, like 42.
And again, I apologize for the technical difficulties as you guys see faces jump around and whatnot. That is a product of Skype, unfortunately. So.
Oh, my face.
Ooh, yep.
That's fine. Whatever.
Yep.
I'm not really too worried about it. Okay, so Olivia is gone. Bear wants to stab things.
Yeah.
People. Repeatedly.
Yeah.
And Hesperia does as well until everybody feels better. I've got a family meeting to go to.
Are we coming to this one?
No.
Well, it's
right.
not. It's not like right now, Rebecca. It's something that's coming up in the future.
Oh, because the way it sounded, it was like.
Yeah, it's not.
Now.
It's not imminent. Yeah.
Okay. Is it happening in this game though?
No. Not unless we go like a couple nights or something. If you guys are trying to like speed past through something.
Oh, okay. Because the way it was sounding, it was tonight.
No, I apologize.
Okay. I could have misunderstood. No big.
No,
okay, so
my bad. No worries.
I'm going to retract that then. Okay, so there. I need to find Damaris. That's actually what I was leaving my office for. I need her help finding Marcus.
Okay.
And
who's Marcus?
Marcus is my sire.
Right.
He was, as a punishment to me, he was taken several weeks ago by someone and beaten pretty severely, and he escaped and got away, but Nobody knows where he is, and I need to find him.
Oh, that's why we're going to talk to Damaris because she's got that magic vampire stuff.
Yeah, she has the magic wooch.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good idea. I won't yell for her, okay? We'll go upstairs and get her. How's that?
That works wonderfully. Because I'm sure she could hear you
He goes down. Yep.
from
Yeah.
down here. And, we also need to figure out some of the things. Other things that are going in. Damaris, were you? Did you say she walked up?
No, I said she yelled from downstairs, from upstairs. Yep. I heard him.
Oh,
I'm trying to be quiet, but she still heard me.
okay. So let's just head in that
She's making her
direction.
way down.
I've got some
You got that way
questions.
about you, Bear.
Definitely.
All right, I'm working on it.
So she turns around and heads upstairs.
Okay.
So I guess we'll follow.
Sure. Damaris is doing her thing.
Oh, do we still have Olivia's herd down here?
You do not.
Oh, she took him with her.
Yes.
Okay. That's good. We won't have to keep track of them.
Well, she needs to feed.
We
I don't
need
love
to-
having convicts in the house.
Oh, why not?
She cleaned out the fridge.
She cleaned out the fridge.
Good point.
As long as she wiped down the bottom, got all the chippings out of the bottom, we're good.
Got behind the drawers.
Yes, pulled the drawer out and cleaned under it. The stray piece of lettuce in the very back that's all shriveled, and the limp, stray stalk of celery that it just kind of.
She probably left the mustard, though.
Yeah.
They always leave the mustard.
They always leave the mustard unless it's like Dijon. Wonder why.
I like yellow mustard.
Me
I like
too. There's
brown
no,
mustard.
there's no carbohydrates or calories in mustard, by the way. That's out of character.
The accent wasn't.
Sorry.
It's like he gets character, just goes.
Once I slip into it, it's hard to slip out. So,
No,
it's like that damn spandex. You get that on, and it's like, hey, cut off anytime soon.
get those spanks on and they ain't going nowhere. No, I get it. So they head up, and Miriam actually down the hallway. Damaris, where are you?
Coming your way.
Bring a bowl of water. Meet you in the dark.
You're kind of breaking
All
up
right.
there, Rebecca. You might need to slow
Yeah,
down a
you
little
are.
bit just in case.
It's a weird echo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
I'll
I
be
just
down
thought
in a
it was
moment.
me. You know what it is? I bet because I was yelling, Jerome's microphone may be picking me up.
Probably.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't understand.
No, you can't hear yourself with this thing. It's really weird.
Okay, well, she'll grab her water and a bowl and head downstairs.
Okay. It's the Damaris travel kit.
Pretty much. It's one of those fold-out cups like Bobby Boucher has.
High quality H2O.
Okay,
case-
who am I looking for?
Marcus.
Okay, he's missing.
Yeah, nobody knows where he is. Ever since he escaped from Dominic, nobody's been able to find him. So the family is not happy right now. And I need to find him before they do.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so I guess she'll go over the water and start looking close.
Okay. Go ahead and give a roll. It's your intelligence
That
and
is,
occult.
I was gonna say occult intelligence.
Yep. Difficulty 6.
Little does anyone know he's hiding in the basement.
Meanwhile, behind the facade of this innocent-looking
1,
bookstore,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Damn.
Roll 2 10s. I got to reroll.
Nice.
good deal.
She can count the hairs on his bum.
I
Not that
hope
you want
not.
to. Yeah, say not that you want
I
to.
already had that experience once. I don't need it again.
Oh my.
Does the rain
That's what
ring
she
a bell?
said. Huh?
Oh, no.
What'd
Yeah.
you say?
The
Does the
ring.
rain ring a bell? Certain ring we were looking for?
Oh, God.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
Well, you
then
found
I've
it.
done-
Oh, sometimes that power is a curse.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh.
What am I looking at? Oh
Exactly.
basically, that's what happened.
Yeah, my character Killian had one of those instances where 2 vampires were making out. So he, starts watching. He's like, "Oh God, that doesn't go there." That was
Get her
disturbing.
uterus licked.
What's that?
Get her uterus licked.
Yeah, I'm not a Setite, unfortunately.
Okay, so what do
I'm
I?
okay with.
Boy, this camera tonight is not liking Rachel, man. It just keeps jumping back and forth. I'm having to resize you constantly. I can hear you just fine.
Oh, I'm not having any problems with her.
Right, you're not going to see the problems I'm seeing. It's on the feed.
Oh, the feed? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Last time it was you. This time it's Rachel. It's picking on.
At least it's not me for a change.
Okie doke. Well, at any rate. So, you guys see she does her little mojo thing where she is, kind of going over the water, kind of exploring the space, so to speak, and focusing on what would appear to be a clear basin of bottled water.
Not weird at all.
Not weird at all.
Shit.
Is she doing it yet? Is she doing it yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she is.
Exactly. Let me concentrate. But you, Rachel, you end up focusing. This is probably a little weird for you. Not because you haven't done this before. You've actually done this many times. But usually when you're scrying, it's within the same vicinity. Like, last time you did it was like near Portland, so it's kind of the same thing. What's disarming to you is that when you're scrying, you're actually seeing morning time. It's like all the way around the world for you. So at first, you almost want to throw the bowl and just like get it out of the way because it's that fear of sunlight sort of thing. But then you realize, oh no, this is like watching TV. You're good. So you guys actually see her get startled for a second as she's looking
Is
at it.
everything okay? What's wrong? What's wrong?
Stop. Okay.
What's
It's not real. Not real.
What's not
Give me a
real?
The sun.
The sun is real.
Sun?
Long. Okay. Concentrate.
We're not
So-
Kind of
supposed to
shake her
talk
head
to
and go
her.
back.
So you start focusing again then, Rachel, and of course, very much like a telescope, you start from like high and start going down low, and you're looking at buildings and trees and the terrain and whatnot. Many of the buildings you're picking up on look old. So you're guessing Europe somewhere. You don't see any signs per se, so you can't really make out a language. You do end up focusing, that kind of scrolling in and seeing a building. Real old looking, kind of abandoned. If not abandoned, then probably in serious disuse. The windows are all boarded up. You can tell that there's several planks of wood across the any doors that come in and out. It goes down further into what looks like a very thick basement, and it's dark, so it's hard to make out any details. The only thing you do see is that there is a thick. Yeah, that's right. Good job, Justin. Take it there. But you do see like one of those old cellar lights that just dangles down by the cords. It's got that chain right there, so it's like kind of suspended, a suspended light bulb. You do see one of the doors open up that lead into the cellar, and someone comes walking down in. So there's a little bit of illumination that comes in. Given the fact that you know that, or you're at least 90 to 99% certain you nailed the ritual right. He's probably in the darkness here, although you can't really make out like where exactly he's at. So he's probably hiding from the daylight, which would make sense. And somebody comes down there to check on somebody by the name of Marcus. And they don't really do much. He says something up top to somebody, saying, I'm checking on Marcus. Then he goes walking into the darkness, making out a faint shape like he's maybe looking at something, and then walks back out of the cellar.
Interesting. And I'm not able to see the other guy's face?
Yes, you're able to see the other guy's face.
Oh. Interesting.
It's hard when he gets down there in the darkness, but you definitely see him coming down, descending the steps when the light first kind of breaks. But he never did turn on any lights in the actual room, so he may have some way of getting around without it.
Is it just him, or do I hear other people?
It sounded like there was at least two. That guy and whoever it was he was speaking to up top.
Now he said it by name. Did the tone of his voice say, "Hey, I just got to go check on Marcus," as in, "Hey, I want to make sure he's okay," like concern, or as in, "Oh, I got to go check on Marcus," like it's a chore?
Hard to tell, but it definitely didn't sound like it was a chore. More, if anything, it sounded more like a routine. Like you would say, I got to check the laundry.
Gotcha.
Maybe an indicator that it's a ghoul, or perhaps somebody tasked just with watching him.
I wish I could aura percept through
I know.
this.
That would be bomb.
And went on twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I pan out a little bit to see if I can find like an entrance or I don't know, some sort of not landmark, so to speak, but something that could help me identify maybe where he's at.
Yeah. Give me another roll to reorient what you're doing, because now what you're doing, instead of trying to find the individual, you're trying to scry for the building, which isn't going to be too hard. You just want to make sure you don't jack it up.
Right. Same difficulty?
Same difficulty.
3.
Okay. So this time you refocus. This time you're looking at the building and the things around it, looking for some sort of noticeable landmark. Unfortunately, you are not multilingual, but if somebody gives you a pen and paper, you can try and draw what it is that you see. You end up seeing one of those older school billboards, like it's advertising some cigarettes.
Okay.
But you can't read the characters that it's forming.
Okay. I'm gonna motion for a pencil. Guys, I need something to write with.
I go to try and find something.
Yeah, it's in your office, so it's not a problem. Just wipe something off the desk.
Okay.
She'll start writing down the symbols and the lettering that she sees.
Okay.
And
I look at it. Do I have linguistics? Apparently not.
I do not believe anybody has this language.
I have
don't think-
academics too.
Would you like to give it a roll?
Sure.
You won't be able to
I-
read it, but you might be able to identify it.
Sure.
What would it be? What intelligence?
Intelligence and academics.
Okay.
I mean, I was just gonna take a picture of it and do Google Translate.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's what my next option was because I have technology.
Difficulty. Oh, I'm sorry,
Difficulty
Missy. I didn't mean
6.
to talk.
Mm.
3.
Okay.
I get a 1 because
Okay.
I got another 1, so only 1 success.
Uno.
Aww.
Stupid ones.
Uno mas.
And Rebecca?
I had 3.
3. Okay. So, Rebecca, when you're looking at it, maybe it's because you're a little bit more familiar from older family members. You are pretty certain it's in the Russian family of characters. So maybe Russia, Ukraine, one of those Slavic states up in that area.
Do you know what it says?
No, I have no clue what it says.
Oh, hey, you know what? Google has a translator. Maybe you can take a picture of it and see if it'll translate it.
So she whips out her phone, takes a picture of it real quick,
Okay.
and pulls up Google and tries to use the Google Translate thing to see what it says.
Okay. Now, Bear, take note. She just pulled out a phone, took a picture of something, and she's trying to find out what it says. To you, that's actually pretty damn cool.
No, that's not cool. That's just stupid. I don't get it. She just might as well be doing magic right now.
And you just witnessed that.
I'm like,
Magic.
I don't get it. Those aren't. I don't read, and I can tell you those aren't letters. I don't even know what you're saying right there. So
Well, if you can't read, how do you know they're not letters?
Bear, they're not English letters. They're another language.
see, they're not letters.
Right.
Where's
okay.
Doug? I'm gonna go stab stuff with Doug.
Okay, go stab shit with Doug.
Doug went to go practice with that. I guess you had some kind of a dummy or something set up.
Oh yeah, we had it all set up because he's good with that damn little sword of his. It's like a toothpick.
I'm glad something I taught him has stuck.
Oh, he's good with that. He don't know how to two-hand fight, but he can use that one hand and put the other hand up in the air going la la la. But no, he's good at that. So I got to teach him how to do two-handed fight, and I got to teach him how to do some damn damage. You know, he can stick you all day, but it ain't hurting anybody.
By all means, teach him whatever you can.
I'm gonna go try. You ladies do your magic stuff with the phones and the water bowls and all that. And I don't get why are you getting scared at a water bowl, saying there's like sun in that water bowl. That's just that. I don't even know what's going on here.
Okay.
You do your thing. I will go outside and do my thing with Doug.
I'll yell for you when we need you, Bear.
All right.
Okay, so
Are you
I'm
really gonna yell for me?
I will yell for you.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that's be good.
Okay. At least until we get you your brick phone.
Okay, I'll get my brick phone. Susan said.
Okay.
Okay, so I relay to them exactly what I'm seeing, and the reason for the sun was because I wasn't expecting how bright it was. It's daytime on the other side of the world right now. He's not in the States anymore. I couldn't hear anything that
Yeah,
you just said.
Okay.
I was eating chips. I forgot. I haven't eaten dinner yet. Shut up, y'all. So, according to Google Translate, what does it say?
It says, wait for it, Marlboro.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Does it at least tell you what language it is?
Yeah, it's Russian, right?
Yeah, it's Russian.
Like actual Russian, not
yes.
like.
Yes, actual Russian.
The
Okay,
guy
so-
that
It just happened to be an updated logo, like maybe they're trying to market themselves a little bit differently overseas.
So apparently, this is a Russian billboard for Marlboro cigarettes.
Do you have family in Russia? Did the
anybody have an
Giovanni go out there?
He's in hiding. He would go anywhere that he wanted to, or that he would feel safe. What were you saying, Damaris?
I was going to ask Jerome. Did I hear any accent with him?
With the at least the one guy you heard
Guy.
from?
Yeah.
You did, but you can't really place it. It is definitely European, though.
But I mean, is he there? Has he been captured, or is he there by his own will?
I don't get that sense, because the person who was checking on him, it seemed like it was a routine, like it was normal to check on him to make sure he was okay.
Well,
like
I mean,
a ghoul.
that you could check on prisoners that same way too.
Well, I was listening specifically for the tone of his voice, in terms of like, was it an irritated, oh, I got to do this?
So it wasn't a contemptuous voice.
It wasn't. It was like it was standard to check up on him, like it was part of his rest.
Okay, well, that's something.
So do we think he's actually in hiding, or it doesn't really seem like he's in danger at this point?
I think he's in hiding. That's the impression that I'm getting. I'll have to check up on him towards the morning hours when he's actually up. Right now it's daylight over there, and that's what startled me when I looked at the water, because I wasn't expecting that.
Right. No, that's
Understandable.
Yeah. Fuck.
So I'll scry on him again, and towards when we're pushing daylight, but
we need to narrow. Okay, we need to narrow it down. Besides Russia.
Okay. Well, let me concentrate again. See if I can maybe look for like a road or
I understand it's not going to be necessarily something that can happen right now. I'm just saying within the next day or two, working through things, trying to find landmarks, things like that could narrow down a location. Because I have a feeling I'm going to have to go to fucking Russia.
Well, let me try one more time. As I concentrate more, I can expand. So I basically zoom in on one area, and then I can sort of move out to get an idea of the location. So let me do one more check, and hopefully I can maybe find maybe a major freeway, or maybe a sign that is above a freeway or a road somewhere. That'll give me an idea.
Since you're just looking for the building you just recently reviewed, it's a difficulty 5 current.
Okay.
Nice. So basically, you could also look for like town names or something like that nearby.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking for signs. That's how I was able to capture the Marlboro sign. So I'm looking out more towards the roads. All right. So 1, 2, 3. Reroll 10. 3.
Okay. So this time you focus back on the house, but you're looking for. Again, you can't read Russian, but you can at least try to write down the characters to see if it will give you some sort of leeway or lead, and then Google it again or whatnot. But you do the same thing you did before. You write down the characters kind of as you see them, as best you can. You use Google to try and translate it. And you get basically like 2 street corners. And when you get to the street corners, you end up seeing it's a suburb of Moscow.
Are there cars in the parking lot of the house?
Not of the house, no. I mean, you see one occasionally like drive by or something.
Well, I mean, is there any cars that are parked at the house?
No.
Not even like in a garage, underground, anything like that?
No.
Is there like a house number?
Yeah, I was like, is there a house number? Is there
you got that.
specific? Okay.
House number and a street name?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I follow the sort of the street that leads to the house? See if I can see if there's a name.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I was wanting to know if I could follow, like, how if it's a house out in like the suburbs, like out in the middle of nowhere, obviously there's going to be a road, even if it's an unpaved road that leads to the house.
Yes.
So I'm going to follow that road sort of out, if that makes sense. I'm basically going to backtrack the road to see if I can find the main road that leads to it.
Absolutely. You can do that. So you I'm not going to make you roll for it. So you kind of pull back out again, use the same techniques that you have before. It feels pretty surreal in a sense, almost like you are Google Earth. The way you're using it at this point, and the fact it's during the day.
Well, we found Damaris's new pastime.
They have
Look at
scroll on the other
things
side of the world so I can see the sun.
Yeah, I don't see why a vampire wouldn't. That would actually make a lot of sense. That they could enjoy the daylight and the beauty of the day without getting harmed. Hell, if I was a vampire, I sure would.
So, and you pull back out and you find the street that it's attached to. And actually, when you're pulling back out, the house itself is almost in a quasi industrial area. Some of the buildings in this particular block, I should say. Well, yeah, Justin, they tend to. It's a good power. I can't deny it. It's really good. But the maybe a better term, a district, looks like it probably was industrial. Maybe have been repurposed after the Cold War for like subletting and illegal squatters and crap like that. But the main road itself actually goes directly into the city, and you can see that there is a McDonald's at the corner.
What's the website, Jerome?
What website?
That you're doing the game on.
Twitch?
You mean twitch.tv?
Oh, Twitch? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's twitch.tv/Lost Tribes Gaming. One second.
What? What?
I can hear you eating, that's why. Sorry. Okay. So since you said that there's a McDonald's are corporate owned, so I'm sure that there's a specific location or address for it. Can I like do a Google Earth, like follow the road towards it?
I'm sorry, you're gonna do what?
You said that there's a McDonald's, right?
Yes.
So McDonald's has specific addresses and locations because it's corporate owned or franchise. So I want to see if I can maybe focus in on the McDonald's to see if maybe there's an address listed anywhere.
Yeah, no, you've already got the address. You're good there.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that we
No.
were
Yeah,
looking.
I'm not making your role play out each little step at that point. You guys kind of have a decent method of trying to replicate what the address is supposed to be. And then of course if you put it into Google, it will translate it into English automatically. Or what English would look like in Russian characters or whatnot.
Okay. Well, guys, this is where he's at. Is this a known address for your family? Becca?
Sorry, I was unmuting myself. Is this a known address for our family? I would assume not.
Not that you're aware of. I mean, it could be a mafia thing, but I mean, the Russian mob and the Italian mob don't exactly get along.
Okay. Good to know.
Does anyone here speak Russian?
Negative.
Niet.
Not on my best day.
Nope.
Maybe he's hiding there because that's literally the last place you would look for him, or anyone would look for him. For that matter. Surprise!
Found it.
That would not surprise me.
Don't tell him that I can do that. You know, he may not like it.
Well, so we have an address now, and later in the evening, we can try again and see if we can catch him awake, right? That's the plan?
Yeah, I mean, it's more so just because I couldn't see him. I just know he was down there, but it was all dark where he was at. So I just know that it's daylight down there, but he is underground.
Okay.
That would make sense.
And like I said, the person who was checking on him wasn't irritated or bored with checking up on him. Like it's a standard, like, you know, like one of your ghouls would check up on you to make sure everything is good for you.
Right.
I really can honestly say that I'm probably going to have to go to Russia. Because if I don't, the family might.
Jerome, in the house itself, can I see if I can spot the two guys that were there? Am I able to, I don't know, I guess I'm trying to look for like a name or, I don't know, an ID on one of these guys.
You're going to try and watch them long enough to see if you get a name?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
She's checking his name tag. Hi, my name is Bob.
All right. So go ahead and...
I am Forrest.
Yeah. Give me we'll do perception and occult at this point. This is going to be a difficulty 8, and you're spending an hour doing it.
Wow.
Ooh.
Just I guess popcorn.
Is anybody going to do anything in the meantime outside of Bob?
I'm going to go ahead and send a text message to Switch Hit to see if he has an update on our meeting with the Revolutionary Whispers.
No, man.
I got
Bob had
one.
bitch tits.
Yeah. And Justin would like to know if this Bob is a construction worker.
No, he has bitch tits.
So what'd you get, Rachel?
Just one. It would have been 3. Stupid
Just
one.
one. Okay, so you are tied up at this point, basically deep in creeper mode, watching these guys go through their routine. They're playing cards at this point, and the place is very Spartan. You see only 2 guys. They've got like a mini fridge with some what appears to be really bad knockoff Russian beer, probably PBR equivalent. But yeah, they're just playing. They're playing cards, and you're rather bored, but you're paying attention to that. Hesperia Switch Hit gets back to you with a text since it's the next night, and they are willing to meet.
Okay,
But
I asked him to send me the details.
He emphasizes that this will be the last meet if it doesn't work out.
I say indeed, it will be the last meet.
Ooh.
If this does not work out. All caps.
Oh, wow.
And I asked him to send me the information.
Okay. It's at Anzio's again.
Okay. What time?
In about an hour and a half.
Okay.
I thought we were going to meet him in the, at the movie lot place.
Change of plans.
Okay.
This is the guy that wants access to my occult library, right?
Yeah, Zeke was the one that wanted to review your library and share information, but that's our last. That's what we definitely don't want to give up. We're willing to give them the block around NZOs and I believe some money.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's where we're ending our deal.
Well, the library was open to negotiation. I just want to know how he knows I had it in the first place, because that
Okay.
wasn't public knowledge.
So we'll keep that in our back pocket, but at the very least, we don't want to get to that point if we can avoid it.
Can I ask, what is the worst that could happen if they leave? So what is, I mean, if they stay, then we have allies. If they, like, why is it so important that they stay?
I think for the most part, it was just numbers and eyes, because for the most part, it's just us at this point, and we don't have a lot of backing behind us.
They weren't really adding that in the first place, except for, I mean, I guess it's been a while since they've been of any use to us.
That's
And I don't
right.
want to sound cold about this, but is
Like
what they're
benefit?
bringing to the table really worth what we're giving them?
I don't know.
Maybe that's something that we ought to address when we're talking. See what they have to offer us.
It seems
In
like we're
exchange.
doing all the giving and they're doing all the taking.
Right, and they're demanding a lot for basically offering nothing in return so far. So I think that'll be part of the discussion.
Well, one thing we also need to make sure we're looking at is the fact of, are they at least giving us intel on the areas that they are patrolling and watching over? If not, and we're not getting anything from them for, that, because I mean, at least that would be security. But if they're not even really doing that,
Yeah,
take a walk, baby.
don't let the door hit you.
Where the good Lord split you.
Exactly.
I don't think we should burn bridges if we can prevent them from being enemies. Then obviously that's preferable. We don't need any more of those, but just something to consider.
That would be the diplomatic solution. Kind of diplomatic. At least not getting us any more trouble.
I prefer not to die.
I prefer this also.
The fact of the matter is this. Yeah. The fact of the matter is they're a bunch of punks who are making demands and giving nothing in return, like Hesperia said. So they can either start contributing, or they can get to stepping. I really don't care. I've got enough on my plate as is. I don't need to sit around and have to coddle and babysit them and give them a pacifier when they're not getting their way.
I concur, because if we're paying for services rendered, then that's one thing. But if we're paying for bodies to sleep on the floor of our house, then that's not.
The
Not
only
represented.
thing that when I spoke to Go before, the only concern that, as far as us making it up to them, was the incident when we were dealing with that fellow from the society, and their people almost didn't get out in time, and they are holding that against us. Well, against you specifically, Hesperia, and I think that's kind of ridiculous. But
Yeah.
that's, I mean, everybody did come out of that, and that's a lot to hold against somebody. So
I would tend to agree. I mean, we've seen some worse things happen in the last couple weeks than somebody having a near miss. So that's kind of
Okay. They're basically, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, Hesperia. They're basically witch hunters. Okay. They're going to go after anybody and everybody they want to go after. But the fact is they were offered a territory in exchange for their new miss that they would, for the most part, have complete autonomy in. Fact is, Society of Leopold is here. We don't have to like it. We don't like it, of course. And we're dealing with people that can truly harm us. So they either need to get on board and help, than sit around and try and make demands.
And I did make it clear to her that this is a problem that they will probably not escape by moving somewhere else.
Hey guys. Sorry. There's a lot of blood.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Doug?
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's dying or nothing, but that's a lot of blood. I had to step away because I don't want to feed off of him.
I'm gonna run upstairs.
Okay, so you go running upstairs, and Doug is like holding his arm. His shirt is wrecked, at this point, and he's like, it's okay. It's a flesh wound. I swear, it's just leaking a lot.
How bad is it?
So he kind of shows you. Sophie, make a self-control check.
Oh, great.
He's a blood.
What is the difficulty?
It is blood. Difficulty 5.
2.
Okay, you're good. You kind of hesitate for a second. You're like, oh, fresh blood. Wait a minute. No, that's not a good idea. And you're not like peck it or anything for food, so you pull that back. But the beast, just for a second, was kind of nipping at your heels there.
But also, this is Doug.
If it helps, I did really good blocking.
Until you didn't.
You were right. I'm sorry. Is there a Band-Aid or something I can put on this?
What does the wound look like? How bad is it?
He got caught with a blade, and it chopped into his arm some, so it's clean. I mean, at least, and if it gets covered up, it's not going to be fatal.
Okay, and you said his shirt is destroyed.
Oh yeah, because it's like got blood all over it and everything. So,
People, you've got a doctor in the house.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. Okay.
Oh yeah, duh.
I'm gonna help him inside.
Oh, I forgot. I would run downstairs then.
What is the situation with ghouls and healing? Remind me.
They can. They still take damage like a regular human. Now
Right.
they can use their blood, a point, whatever you've given them, to try and heal a little bit. But then they're at that point.
Right.
So
well, there's more where that came from.
Right, but it's not really good for them.
It's not that bad. Or
well, it's
sorry.
it's not really something that ghouls have a ready they can do readily because of that particular issue. They just tend to get more of the benefits, like some of the disciplines and longevity.
Is this something worth trying to heal? Should I try and teach him how to do that?
You can if you'd like. It could be a teachable moment.
Or you can, hi Toph, or you can just, I don't know, have the doctor stitch him up.
Well, I'm coming
we were going to do that anyway. All right, let's just do that.
Okay.
No, teachable moment. Teachable moment.
Miriam, I almost chopped off Doug's arm. I'm sorry.
You did what?
We were fighting, and he said he was good at blocking, and he's not as good as he said he is. So I had on the right side, he's good. On the left side, he has a weak spot, and I got in on that weak spot, and I almost chopped off his arm. So
he's also really, really strong.
Oh yeah, there is that.
All right.
It's kind of like standing up to Yabish in a boulder. Pardon the Braveheart reference.
I know what a boulder is. I don't know what the other part of that is. Is that like something you eat?
No, it's a name. It's a character in a movie. Okay, come on in. She goes over and gets her medical bag. And
I don't want to get anything on your desk. Is it gonna be okay?
You're fine.
Oh,
Blood
all
washes
right.
off. I've had worse on my desk.
Oh, you have? That's wild.
Semen even.
That's a little obscene. I didn't need to know that, but okay.
I'm joking. I'm joking, Doc. I'm joking. So,
I don't even want to know what you're talking about. I don't want to know.
no, probably not.
She's talking about Popeye sailors.
Doug, it can't be any worse than what you did in my closet the other day.
We promised not to talk about that.
I'm just saying.
Was there blood in the closet too?
No.
Oh.
Oh Lord. Okay, I don't
It was
even
a
want to know.
dangerous foreign substance.
I don't want to know. I really
Not the
do not.
goopy stuff that was on the floor?
Oh God.
It had something to do with that.
Oh my.
Miriam, can I ask you a
Seriously?
question as you're like sewing me up?
Of course. So she gets needle and thread out. She gives him some, a couple of Novocaine shots around it, so that the area is numbed, and starts stitching.
Is this gonna scar?
Oh yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Chicks
Chick
dig
stick
scars. Yep, I know. I've seen the movie.
So he's just kind of like smiling and looking down as you sew him up. Wincing a little bit, obviously, because it's, it's painful.
You should tell it. You should tell it. And when you tell the story, make sure that you mention it was in a sword fight.
Oh,
That's all you need
absolutely.
to say. It was a sword fight.
I got in a fight with like 7 large lads.
Too much. Too much.
I don't think you need to exaggerate. Bear, how tall are you? What, like 7 feet?
I don't know. I'm just short of 7, I think.
Just say you got into a sword fight with a bear.
That would.
That would be the truth.
Okay.
Technically, it's true.
That
I
is
can
the
do
truth.
that. That's kind
He
of cool.
thought it-
That makes it sound like it was his own sword, because the bear would not be using a sword.
No. He fought off a bear with a sword.
Oh,
Well, that could work. That could work if you say it that way.
Wait a minute. You guys have met like werewolves, right? What if it was a werebear?
There ain't one to wear bear.
It could
That's
use a
maybe a
sword.
stretch.
There
It could
is
totally
there
use a
is bear.
sword.
A silver sword.
But people wouldn't believe you if you told that one.
Yeah, no. If people would at least believe that you fought off a real bear, but you have to make it like a Kodiak or a grizzly.
The details are very important.
That ain't no bear cut. If you want a bear cut, I gotta chop him 2
There
more
we go.
times. I can do that. Hold on, let me get the sword out. I can chop him 2 more times because the claw mark from a bear comes in with at least 3 across the side. That's just one mark. That ain't no bear claw mark. I can fix that though.
No, I think I'm good, thanks.
Honestly, Bear, most people don't know that.
Oh, I don't know a whole lot, and I know that.
Doug, you're doing super well. I thought you were more squeamish than this. Are you getting used to this kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think. It's kind of weird, but I'm just
That's
kind of
good.
trying to roll with the punches like Stevie Winwood.
Good.
I think, Doug, next time we gotta go
Roll
outside. We'll do
baby.
firefighting outside this time. I'll get some guns out and we can shoot. All right, we won't shoot at each other. We'll just shoot other shit.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Do you know how to use a gun?
You point the loud end at somebody and pull the trigger.
Oh shit, that's not gonna work. Well, yeah, we'll work on it.
Can
I'll
you
get you
can you
an-
teach me how to do it like on the side, like those cool Will Smith movies?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, like Bad Boys?
He's not going to get that reference either.
I don't get that either.
No, you two ought to have some movie nights. Bear could use some updating.
I got all the episodes of Beverly Hillbillies. That's a great show. You
Oh,
watch that?
no.
You watch that, Doug?
No, I don't.
Oh, because they got a cement pond and everything inside there. It's a good show.
Cement pond.
We can go show for show. You watch one of Beverly Hillbilly episode, and then I can watch an episode of something you want to watch.
That's fair.
Okay. I think I can do that.
That sounds like a great compromise.
Stephanie showed me some show called Star Trek, and that was cool. I like that show. There wasn't enough
Star
killing.
Trek is fantastic.
There
I
wasn't
ha-
enough killing in that
I
show,
have a
though.
captain's chair. It is so cool.
Oh God.
I got a chair.
It is super cool.
It's
Not gonna lie.
It's got Bluetooth and speakers and a squishy little seat and everything. It's amazing. And a built-in remote.
I got a chair. It's nice and strong. When I sit on it, it don't break.
Oh, this definitely won't break. It holds my weight just fine.
Oh well.
She just looks over at Sophie as she, is finishing up. Really?
I thought it would make him happy. And it did. And it is super cool.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever
Well,
works.
you know what else is going to make him super used more than anything?
I'm afraid to ask.
Get the boiling. Maybe his balls will drop
Never.
and his voice will drop.
Yeah, moving on.
What y'all find out? You said that like your friend was in Russia. So like, you find anything else out?
Yeah, here's his address.
Wow.
Oh,
How long is it going to take to get there? Are we
So
going
Miriam-
to that?
An overnight
she
flight.
cleans him up. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll have to see about borrowing a plane. Okay. Okay. Damn it! I was enjoying watching it.
So so you said overnight fly. I've never been outside I've never flown over water except for like lakes and stuff. That's a long flight. Are we all going to Russia then?
No, I don't think any of us need to go to Russia. I think maybe we should wait a little bit to see if he's actually safe.
Oh,
I think he is. I don't think there's any need to go and see him, but I'm sure there's a way to make contact once you find out where he's at.
does he have a cell phone? You can call him.
I am assuming he does, and that's why we couldn't get a hold of him in the first place.
Oh, okay.
No, he has a cell phone, and I'm him and calling him, and he's basically, for lack of a better term, he's off the grid at this point.
Well, also keep in mind that you're calling him. He's in a place where he's in daylight. He's probably slumbering, so he can't actually answer the phone necessarily. So
No, but he
maybe
can text me.
when he's asleep. I mean,
No, when he wakes up and sees my text, he could return it, and I would get it when I got up.
okay. Well,
I mean, there are workarounds there. He is purposely off the grid. I mean, the things that Dominic had done to him, and then he escaped, and the only punishment that Dominic received was a slap on the wrist and a relocation. Hey, Vinny, you here?
No one answers.
Anybody? Sophie, can you see if he's here? You have aura perception.
I can try.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Difficulty 6.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a 1. 1 success.
Okay. You are not seeing anything out of the ordinary in the room.
I just see all of us.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't see him.
Okay.
And
He usually makes
at this
his
point, Doug
presence known.
exits, and goes upstairs.
Hey, Doug,
Yeah.
can you check on Jill?
Is she with Jack?
No, she's the new girl, Doug. You saw her the other night.
Boy, you missed that one. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Um,
Who's this Jack guy? Do I need to know about him too? All these people
No.
talk about.
It's a poem. It's a children's poem. Jack and Jill went up the hill to
I
fetch
know
a pail.
that damn poem. Up the hill, and he broke his crown because that damn guy was just clumsy as shit. I remember that poem. My mama told me that poem. It don't rhyme
Yeah.
though.
No, it does.
Not the way my mama told me it did.
Oh, okay. Well, I think your mama elaborated a bit. She hands Sophie a couple of pills since Doug has wandered off.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's had the Novocaine shots in his arm to numb his arm, and he had adrenaline going. While he heals, he may be hurting, and he does not have the strongest of constitutions. These are some hydrocodone. One every 6 hours as needed.
Okay.
So he might only need a half. I don't know. It would just. I don't know how he reacts to narcotics. So the first one we might want him to take while somebody's around him until we know how he's going to react.
Okay.
Preferably someone with a camera.
Oh, indubitably, because that shit's going to be fucking hilarious.
Oh, that poor kid.
Is Doug gonna start doing drugs?
No, well, yeah, technically it is codeine. It's just to help him out until his arm heals up.
In a manner of speaking, he's already on some pretty powerful stuff.
That's true too. Touche.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yes.
So with Marcus, I didn't want to say this if Vinny was around. The family's about to send an elder after him if he doesn't come back on his own.
Oh, shoot.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
No.
And there are people finding too. So I'm not taking that risk. That and something needs to happen to Simple. It's so sad that these nasty accidents occur.
Well, let us know if we can help, okay?
And she lived. Oh no, y'all will be helping because I can't do it.
Did they give you some sort of a timeline?
No, but it needs to be sooner rather than later. And I've got a meeting with Malcolm and the local family within the next couple of days. So I am planning on broaching the topic with Malcolm that instead of them, telling him I've found Marcus and asking permission for me to go get him.
Okay.
Understood.
Are you going to go get him or are you going to go kill him? I'm confused.
He's my sire. I'm going to go get him, and I'm doing it to protect him.
Okay, I get it now. I'm sorry. I just didn't.
No. It's a legitimate question. I'm wanting Dominic dead.
Do you know where he was transferred to?
She looked at Damaris and says, she can find him, but you've done enough for tonight. I'm sure I can find that out relatively easy. Oh, wait a minute, Jerome, do I even know?
No.
I mean, that's something they may have told me.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a bit exhausted with everything that I've done so far. I can't really do a whole lot more.
No, I understand. But if you wouldn't mind looking within the next couple of days, I can give you his full name.
I can look tomorrow.
Okay. That's soon enough. But yeah. I have nothing nice to say about the man.
I don't know who would. He is a piece of work.
He forcefully bloodbound me because he was jealous. And I'm not even going to begin to tell you how he did it. Jerome, you're still a little fucker for that. Oh, bullshit. So, what? Okay, so you've got to go meet the,
I gotta go meet the Whispers.
weren't they an 80s band? Sang rock steady.
Oh, were they a band?
The Whispers? Yeah.
Revolutionary Whispers?
Revolutionary
No, just the Whispers. No, just the Whispers. Sang rock steady. I'm sorry. I'm tired of soothing people's butthurt feelings. There's so much shit we need to get done, and we can't do it holding everybody's hand. Damaris able to get Jillian Mac Gould.
You were breaking up, Becca?
Okay. I said, Damaris, were you able to get Jillian Mac Gould?
No, I haven't actually had an opportunity yet, but that's on my to-do list. I'll get it done.
Okay.
It needs to be an offline.
Yeah, no, I get it. Now, you said not long ago there is an internal issue in the area. Can you expound a little bit on that?
Rachel forgot a bunch of that, so no. To be honest, I really and truly can't remember out of character. All the infernal. That was a while ago. Like a while ago. Can you guys
I
hear
don't
me?
have any real details
Yeah, I
either.
can hear
Yeah,
you.
no, I did.
Okay.
No, I did. I accidentally muted myself, as well as gave everybody their names that now pops up on top of them, and I have no idea how.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm sorry, out of character, I don't remember all of that. Or at least the details of it.
So
What did I do?
I don't know.
Rebecca took a
Yeah.
snapshot.
Sorry, I don't remember at all.
I did take a snapshot, but it wasn't intentional. I'm trying to figure this shit out.
Oh, terrible.
Now you're sharing your screen.
Yeah, don't.
I want to see that.
Don't click that button.
Yeah, don't click the buttons.
Wait, stop. Oh, okay, we're good.
I don't see it on my notes.
Okay, so for the maybe it was game before last. Oh man, yeah, I guess it is. It's from the 20th. It says here that when it's the Revolutionary Whispers are all butthurt, and they can't because they can't outrun the Society of Leopold, which is an anarch coterie. No, the Revolutionary Whispers are an anarch coterie.
Yeah.
Sophie offered territory as a possibility to soothe their hurt feelings. The soul vault needs to be finished, so the abandoned hospital can be cleaned out. Texted Malcolm to request help getting it finished. Billy the werewolf went off to help Isadora. Bear likes Isadora.
Yeah.
You put that in your notes?
No, I did not. Hesperia sent a message via courier to Persephone about some stuff that was going on. The Society of Leopold, specifically Father Patrick, is a danger. And we talked about ghouling Jillian Mack, and we all decided that Damaris would probably be the best option for that. Found out Sophie's marrying Colin. Glare. And Damaris says,
prior to all of that.
huh?
The infernal issue happened, or the situation happened before all of that you just described.
Great, but these are the notes that I made as we covered things in game.
My note says, Damaris says, Kareen says there's an infernal problem in Portland.
Yep, infernal is a death sentence in the Portland Avenue.
She never got to me at that point. Okay, so I haven't heard back yet from her.
Okay, well, this is just notes that I made throughout the game. The game from 920, Douglas, Harry and Miriam decided to talk to Jill. She's staying at the house in a spare room. Jill is irritating the piss out of Miriam. I actually wrote that in my notes. I missed a meeting with Mal. The Revolutionary Whispers are threatening to leave. Boo-hoo. Switch Hit said that others know Jill is being coddled, and we are appearing weak. Miriam suggested giving Jill final death if she's not able to adjust.
That reminds me, I was reading through some Anarch notes that Quan sent us quite a while ago when we were talking about Anarch business, and there was a post that I thought she might be useful for, called the Sweeper, I believe.
You mean a position within the city?
Yes. Because she can obfuscate, I thought it might be something that she could, I mean, assuming that she becomes adjusted and we can ensure her loyalty. My understanding is the Sweeper's job is basically to keep tabs on the kindred in the city, basically to identify who is present, pick out people that are new to town, and inform the Baron just so that we can keep better tabs on what's going on in our city. And it was just an idea.
Not a bad idea.
Don't look at me.
It's food for thought.
No, it is, but it would also give her a purpose.
Yeah.
Give
And
her
she definitely
something-
needs that.
Give her
I don't know
something
what
else
her-
to focus on.
I don't know what sort of life she's been able to pull together since she was embraced, but this would definitely give her something to do. I mean, it's not a full-time sort of thing, I expect, but it's something. And it would be useful for us.
Well, one of the things you're going to run into that's going to be a problem is the fact that the Revolutionary Whispers are already, accusing y'all that are the other anarchs in the city of coddling her to begin with. You give her a position like that to start out with, even though
I mean, it doesn't have to be public knowledge that that's what she's doing.
people find out things and you know it.
My perception of the problem that they have with us is that they think that we only take care of our own and not people that are outside of our clique, so to speak.
Right, and she's living in our house currently.
Well, that's a temporary situation, I'm sure.
It may be, but these are things that you have to look at. You have no choice.
Perception is reality for most.
Well, anyway.
You're wrong. I'm not saying it's not a good idea in the least. But if this is something that is going to be done, it needs to be done in such a fashion
that it makes it look like she has earned it.
Yes. Which
that
means we need to get her head screwed on straight.
Okay.
And then she needs to start being productive. And then maybe, okay, well, we're going to do this because you need to basically earn your keep in the city. You're going to do this on a temporary basis at first to see how you do it, and just that, that she kind of earns it. But she needs to get her head screwed on straight because there are others that won't hesitate to kill her. Hey, Bear, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you at least for now, maybe just an hour or two a week, start working with Jill as far as self-defense?
I can do that. She says she got all her stuff. I got all her stuff for her, so she liked that I did that, and Susan and everything. So yeah, we could do that.
I think it's a good idea that she starts getting out of the basement, so to speak, and starts socializing with those in the house. I think her interacting with Susan and Stephanie is a good idea so that she can see that not all kindred are going to hurt her or want to harm her, and other women, especially a human that is not a ghoul, that is willingly with a vampire, is going to be able to offer a different insight that none of us can. Especially me. I grew up in this life.
No, that's good. Because Susan's got that Marine training that she had and everything like that. So she's good. So, me and Susan and Jill can work that together and everything. And if Doug's all healed up, he can work with us too.
Yeah.
And he ain't like no vampire I ever seen or ghoul ever before. So he's a bit different. So that'll help her too, I think.
We know Doug is different. That's for sure.
And then their doorbell rings. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing.
Are you guys expecting visitors?
I met Lydia back.
I'll go see who it is.
Okay. I scare people when I answer the door, so somebody else got to get it.
No, I'm good with you scaring people when you answer the door.
Oh, I'll go answer them now then.
right,
I
Bear,
walk
come
up to the door
with
and
me.
I just whip the door open. What?
Okay, so you walk up there. It's an older gentleman, probably 60, maybe 70-ish. Well-trimmed hair, gray, respectful looking, dressed in a very nice business suit with gloves. And he actually has an envelope, and he says, may I speak with Hesperia or another member of the council?
What's your name? You gotta think about your name. What's your name?
My name is Jasper. As I understand it, you are Bear.
Yeah, I'm Bear. Okay, Jasper, you wait here. I'll go tell them. You stay here. Don't go nowhere. Hey, Speria! Some man outside named Jasper. He all dolled up and everything. Shall I let him inside the house?
Don't let him in. I'll be right there.
All right. Speria says you gotta wait, but she'll be right here.
That is
How
quite
you
all
know my
right.
name anyway?
It's
Lord
my
have
job
mercy,
to know.
and he's ours.
It's
I
your
walked
job to know. All right. I don't
I
like
walk
that.
I'm gonna walk up to the door and extend my hand. You rang?
And so as you extend your hand, he, tips at the other side and kisses the very top of it and hands you an envelope. You and your council have been given an invite at behest of Prince Aemon.
Oh,
Ah, shit.
Why, thank you for the invite. I'm gonna open up the invitation and look at the details first.
Okay.
Prince wants to talk to you. That's pretty cool.
It's an invitation to an Elysium.
Is this invitation for tonight or for
no.
night?
It's in a couple nights. And specifically, it cites a celebration to the end of hostilities.
oh,
Bullshit.
I'm gonna go ahead and hand the invitation over to Sophie for inspection.
What's it say, Speria?
so I did get up there.
That's fine.
Did you come?
Yeah, if you'd like,
I
that's
thought you were at the
fine.
door.
First,
I'm not
gonna
really worried
do
about you
perception.
calling out specifically where it is you're going or whatnot while you're in the house. It's okay.
I know, but I was just concerned when he was talking to. Anyway, never mind. I'm gonna roll or perception.
Okay.
On this guy.
Oh, on the guy? Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. 4.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Oh, wait. Yeah, 4.
He is definitely alive. Based upon his mannerisms and the aura, you are 100% positive he is a ghoul.
Okay. And then so then I'm gonna try spirits.
In fact, you actually see a lapel pin, and that pin happens to have the clan symbol of Lasombra.
Oh, so he's one of Aemon's.
Probably.
Okay. Then I'm gonna do spirits touch on
I
the
don't want
invitation.
to.
Also 4.
Okay. And you spirits touch the envelope.
Yeah.
No real strong emotion emanates from said, letter per se.
Okay. Well,
You're gonna give me a silent thumbs up.
I just look at her and shrug.
Okay. Well,
I don't know what I have to roll, but I'm gonna work real hard on whispering to Sophia about and asking her if this guy's a venture.
That's not gonna work.
I can be quiet when I need to be.
You're asking him if he's what?
If he's a Ventrue, because he's wearing a suit.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I don't like Ventrue, so.
He is not Ventrue.
Hi. Thanks.
Prince Aemon is the Sombra, but apparently he's a good one.
Really? Okay.
So,
I'm
well, I mean, he would.
I'm-
He
oh,
was.
sorry, go ahead.
He brought me out of the basement the other night,
Mm.
and now he's the prince. So, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, just keeps her mouth shut. Her mama didn't raise no fool. Well, she might have. You never know with Miriam.
But he did send us that chest and that pretty sword
Yeah, he
at
did
the
send
Cedar
us
House
the
the other night. So clearly he's making some kind of effort to be politically friendly.
Fair enough. And I'm sorry, I missed your name specifically.
Oh,
Who are
this is
you
Jasper.
My name is
Jasper.
Jasper, ma'am.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm bad with names.
That is quite all right.
Jasper, you mentioned it says here in the invitation into hostilities. Are there other parties that would be attending this function?
Other members of the Camarilla court and perhaps other anarchs from the city.
Any special considerations we should take in the meantime?
None that I am aware of, unless you have particular dietary needs.
Oh, well, hold the bums. What did you need, Sophie? No garlic, correct?
Yes.
No children, please.
Yes, and no children.
Very well.
It'd be greatly appreciated.
I will endeavor to make sure that those needs are met.
Thank you. Send Prince Aemon our warm regards and that we will be attending.
Excellent.
Is this party kindred only?
It is, ma'am.
Okay.
Did you have a ghoul or a special request?
Perhaps a +1, but if that's not permitted, then I understand.
I am sure that our prince can accommodate your needs.
Interesting. Thank you.
You are welcome. Did you have
I
any
mean,
other questions?
That means Susan and Doug can come. Is that what we're saying?
I was not planning to bring Doug.
Well, if I'm coming, can Susan come too? Or is this just a vampire only thing? Like, is that what you're saying?
Are you asking Jasper?
Well, I'm asking in general.
Do you want to bring Susan?
I've never been to one of these things, and Susan helps me sometimes think faster. Makes me not stumble on my words.
Fair enough. Jasper, would it be okay if my friend Bear brings his
assistant, of course.
assistant, Susan? Yes.
I do not see a problem in that happening. Did you have any other requests, comments, dietary restrictions?
Anyone?
To my knowledge.
I think that'll be all. Thank you again, Jasper, for the invitation.
You are quite all right, and thank you for seeing me. And he motions to some guys who are waiting out in the vehicle. They open the door for him, and they drive away.
You sure he wasn't a Ventrue? Because he acted kind of prissy.
My understanding is the Lasombra are sort of the Ventrue version in the Sabbat, but Prince Aemon obviously is not with Sabbat.
Are we sure?
Well, he's the Cam Prince, so
Sarcastic.
See, this is why I stayed on the road so much, because these politics, I just don't understand. I just can't keep on top of it.
You're fine, Bear. Trust me. I get it.
even I get tired of them quickly.
I just don't get them. Much better just to point and shoot, point and stab, and be done.
Sounds good to me.
But this sounds like a fun little shindig. Wonder what shoes I should wear.
Really?
Gotta keep my foot out of my mouth.
Sorry,
By all
could you-
means, Bear, be yourself.
If anyone wants assistance picking out what to wear, I would be happy to help.
Are you serious?
I'm just saying.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I think I might wear that one body I was wearing, girlfriend's body. The guy we got the ring from.
Oh,
I might wear her.
well, I'm sure at this particular event you would be welcome to be yourself, but as you like.
Yeah.
And so, Damaris, at this point, you do manage to come up with a name, only one of them. You do hear his
Okay.
name is called Mikhail.
Mikhail.
Yes,
That sounds like a Russian name.
that is a very common Russian
Mhm.
name.
Oh, that doesn't do me any good. Okay. Well, I'll relay that to them once I, get back to them.
Okay.
So, guys, I waited around as long as I could. All I got was Mikhail as the name.
Well, that's a different name. That should be easy to find.
Not necessarily.
Oh. All right.
You'd think, though, wouldn't you?
I don't know no
Appears to be a
Mikhails.
very common name, unfortunately.
What's that?
It appears to be a very common name, unfortunately.
Oh,
It's not on this side of the planet.
It's like the U.S. equivalent of Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Common name.
all right.
All right.
It's been a while since we've seen Doug.
Well, he was checking on Jill.
Yeah, but I'm going to go poke my head in the door.
I sure hope he
Are you
didn't
gonna go
scare
give him the drugs?
We'll see how he's feeling.
Okay, I'm gonna follow behind with my phone just in case.
Okay. Not a problem.
I knock on Jill's door.
You hear some talking.
Do they respond?
Yeah. So
Um,
Doug opens up the door. He's got a new shirt on at this point, but he has one sleeve rolled up, showing off the stitches.
How you feeling, Doug? Is your arm hurt?
Only when he gets slugged right now.
You might want to avoid that while it's healing.
Oh, of course. No, I was just talking to Jill here. I was showing her off my battle scar.
I look over to Jill.
She just kind of shrugs.
He's going to be very proud of that scar.
Yeah, he fought a bear.
He did.
On a bear.
Jill, how are you doing?
She shrugs again. It's another night.
Oh, good Lord.
At least I'm not tasting their blood in my mouth.
I don't care much for those myself. nasty. Well, we think it would be a really good idea for you to start doing some training with Bear. So that's something to look forward to.
Training?
Yeah.
You mean like at that hospital where I murdered people?
No. What? No,
That was just
fighting, training, self-defense training. Self-defense training.
I'm gonna walk up and be like, "Hi, Jill. Remember me?"
She's like, I remember you.
So I'm supposed to teach you how to fight.
Okay. You're not going to just rip me up like you did Doug here.
No, Doug said he could protect himself, and he did. Well, he's good on the one side, but his other side, he's got a blind spot he didn't know about. And now we know he's got a blind spot there, right, Doug? Right. So Jill, I think you'll be. We'll work together. You guys, we'll start off by punching on the bag and the dummy first, and we go from there. I don't know like that karate like I don't know any of that. I'm good at dirty fighting. Like when somebody comes up, you just kick them in the nuts. Well, that's a good fighting technique right there. You poke them in the throat, poke them in the eyeball, chop on the in the ears and everything.
All right. So ball kicking.
It works.
Okay. Well, I won't dispute that. Sure.
Well, there's steps. That's the baby steps. We start from there and just build up on it and everything.
This isn't like the movie New Guy, and you're trying to teach me Tiger Claw, are you?
Everybody's always talking about like damn movies. I had not seen no movie Tiger Claw Guy. No, I don't know what that is.
I don't know this one either.
Okay.
I just want to teach you how to fight so you can protect yourself. That's all.
Okay. I won't offer resistance.
And I can tell you this: when I'm training and I'm fighting, I don't think of anything else other than just fighting. Everything else just kind of goes away. So I know you don't like thinking about stuff you did. So if you train with me, it helps you not think about that stuff.
Got a point.
Well, sure.
It like puts it in a box, and then you take the box and you throw it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I follow.
Didn't you say that you're stronger than usual?
Jill, yeah.
When
Jill?
last we checked, yes.
That'll come in handy too, I think. Definitely take that into account, Bear.
Okay. All right.
We need to get a weight set. That way we can see how much she can how much she can actually lift and how much she can without hurting herself. We can put the poundage on and everything like that. Because I want to see how strong she is.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Doug can help with that too. I mean, that can help with Doug too.
Build a better Doug.
And Doug can help with that.
So Doug, you and Susan tomorrow, maybe you guys can go shopping for a weight set for us. Susan got my money; she can do that. You just and then you can look at what's good. So, they're not. It's weird the way they're called. It's like you don't pay for weights or something like that. Or oh shit, no, it's free weights. They're free weights you put on there. You want free weights, and then you put more free weights on, and they get heavier and heavier. That's. I think that would be good for Jill, and we can just build from there. I'm talking too much. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. We can do that. That's fine. Sure.
Hey, total different park here, total different field. With Libya's people ain't downstairs no more. Are we going to get some replacements for them?
I wasn't
Jill
planning.
looks confused, and Doug doesn't really know what you're talking about.
Was we
I
can
lost it for a second, sir.
you know what, we can talk about that later.
Okay.
So,
All right.
why don't we go ahead and take a brief break here? It's at we're about the 2-hour, 20-minute mark. So get up, shake stuff off, get a drink, and then we will come back. We'll be probably paused for about I don't know, 10 minutes or so.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right. So we will be back. Go ahead and mute your mics, if you would, please.
Mic muting go.
All right, and we are back. And thank you for enjoying the music there, Eric. Okay, so hopefully everybody can still hear us good. It doesn't look like it's coming through on the stream board here, so that's kind of a bummer. Just gotta get that figured out or something. Everybody can hear us okay, though, right?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I'm making sure the chat can still hear us, too, because it's been problematic. Okay, cool.
Jack and Jill?
Yeah, something like that.
Because you're damn clumsy.
So Rebecca had to sign off. She's had a long day. She's going back in for work tomorrow for some overtime. So, anywho. So picking up where we left off, you guys have been trying to educate Jill as best you can. There we go. Anybody have anything else in particular they wanted to do or look into or accomplish? Of course, you've got the meeting with the Revolutionary Whispers.
With the meeting coming up, I'm going to text Switch Hit and just remind him to at least be in the shadows during the meeting, in case anything goes sideways.
Okay. I mean, he says he'll be there, but sneaky isn't really his thing.
I know it's not. I'll text that back.
So is everybody going en masse?
Do you want the rest of us there?
I think it's fair enough since you've already had some communication with Go that you should be there as well.
Okay.
And I mean, if it comes down to it and Damaris needs to speak with Zeke about her library, at least we'd all be there face to face, so there's no miscommunication.
Okay.
Well, the issue that I have with the library is mainly because the library is in my haven, and I don't really want people there.
I don't want people in your haven either.
So if there's something in particular that he's interested in, I am willing to meet somewhere with it, but I don't want him knowing where my haven is. Sorry, it's not going to happen.
Well, at this point, I believe Miriam brought up a really good point that we don't know what we're getting in return for all of this giving that we're doing. So I think at the very least, we should all, even though, I might have a final say with them, we should all come to the same consensus how we're going to move forward. And if we want to move forward with them, or if we want to tell them to take a hike and kick rocks.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Good.
So everybody going then?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barry, you're coming, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Okay. Can I borrow one of your grenades again?
Yeah. And this
Okay.
time I'm bringing incendiary rounds along because I've just been fighting humans for so damn long that I didn't even think about bringing the incendiary rounds. So
That sounds good. I don't know that we're going to need them, but I'd feel really great with a grenade in my pocket just in case, the situation calls for a grenade in my pocket.
I always have a grenade in my pocket, so I that's a good idea.
Sounds almost like a Rage Against the Machine song, like roll it up.
Got a grenade into a bucket.
Yeah. Pocket full of shells. They rally around the family, da 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 da, with a pocket full of shells. All right. So this time you guys have been, of course, redirected to Anzio's. It is by the time you get there, we'll assume that you guys have figured out driving arrangements and whatnot. But by the time you get there, you can see the sign says closed, private party.
I'm gonna go ahead and just I'm gonna try the door and try and walk on in.
Okay, not a problem. You get there's a guy standing out front, waiting for, well, respectively waiting for you to get there. Kind of looks a little bit like Bear in the sense of like just big, dopey, probably not much upstairs. Probably got, well, actually not probably. Definitely has more strength than Brawn or than Brains. And he's just like, hi guys.
Wait, he's out of character. He's part of the Whispers, isn't he?
He is, yes.
What was his name? I don't have it written down here.
Was he the Malkavian?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
I'm getting it pulled up right now. Oops, here we go. As they slowly get pulled up. Here we go. His name is Big Keith.
Big Keith. Okay.
And to an extent, he's even dressed a little bit like Bear. Not the hat or suspenders, but some beat up clothing, beat up denim jeans.
So as I pass Keith, I'm going to give him a really obvious wink. How you doing, Keith? I'm going to pat him on his back like a good politician.
He says, I'm doing fine, Miss Hysteria, or Hesperia, sorry. It's all the Parias. We're doing good, though. Thank you for showing.
Okay, I'm going to grab his hand and I'm going to shake it real forcefully like this.
Okay. He's like, ha, you got a nice strong grip there. I like it.
You let me know if you need anything. Where are the rest?
Oh, they're inside waiting for you, Miss Hesperia.
Okay, did you want to come in and join us, or are you going to be waiting out here?
No, I'm going to come in. Go said I needed to lock. So when you guys get in, I need to lock up behind, and I have to draw the curtains. That's what she said.
Fair enough. All right, I'll see you inside. So I'm going to lead everyone inside Enzio's.
So as you guys go walking in, he's like, go. Council's here for you. I'm drawing the curtains now.
When I'm walking past him, I'm like, I don't know you. She said your name's Keith?
Oh, my name is Big Keith. Everybody calls me Big Keith. You can call me Big Keith.
But they all call me Bear. But I'm going to call you Big Keith because you're big like me. I'm going to just call you Keith. Is that okay?
Would it be all right if I called you Regular Bear then?
No. It's just one name. I just Bear. I ain't like Big Bear.
Well, right, but you're taking away one of my names, so I figured like I should give you another.
That only make no sense. I
don't know. You're kind of confusing me.
Okay, I'll call you Big Keith then.
All right. Then I will call you Bear.
All right. You good with guns?
No, guns ain't really my thing so much. Go likes to call me an idiot savant. I'm good at putting stuff together and making funny chemicals.
Oh, you like blowing stuff up?
From time to time.
Oh, we can have a talk. I was just learning how to blow stuff up a few years back. I can blow stuff up real good. We can talk later.
All right. Well, if your Baron can like fix the problems and whatnot, that sounds like a great idea.
No, we can do it. Well, I think the girls are going to get mad if I don't go inside. So you draw these curtains like you said. Why are you drawing curtains anyway? I didn't even see you with no like pen or anything like that. Don't make no sense.
No, Go explained it at the drawing is pulling curtains together. I know it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me neither, but
All right, cool.
I figure you just say pull curtains, but
Yeah, pull the curtains. That's just dumb drawing on curtains, everything. Keith, I think we're gonna like each other. We can talk later, okay?
all right, all right. And so
That was such a special moment.
I made a friend today, Hesperia.
so
I
there.
heard you guys are gonna go blow some stuff up. Can you save a spot for me for when we're done with all this there?
Oh yeah.
Okay. As I mean, if I don't get to use the grenade tonight, I do want to use it at some point.
That's okay. Yeah, no, when we blow stuff up there, it's even bigger explosions and everything like that. He said he makes his own explosions, so that's going to be good. It's going to be fun.
That might be a useful skill to have around.
Well, I know how to blow stuff up, but he says he knows how to blow stuff up even better. So I'm gonna learn from him. This is gonna be a whole night of learning. I'll learn from him. Jill learn from me, and I'll cut Doug. This will be a good night.
All right. So, with that being said, Go has the table laid out. She is a very calmly looking Korean woman who has the table's laid out. She has very true to form, although not pretentious. Looks very nice. She has an overcoat with like a suit coat with just a shirt on underneath that accentuates her frame and body. As she happens to be sitting there, and of course next to her is Ezekiel. Ezekiel tends to, which you guys have seen before when you've seen this group, he tends to wear more flowy clothing. Think, you don't want to say hippie, but along those lines of like if he's wearing a shirt, it's probably just a button-up shirt and it's probably open. He isn't ugly in the conventional sense of like Hesperia without mask on. But he is ugly in the sense that he, because he does have a low appearance, but it's because of scarring. So different type of ugly, and it's not just some scarring on his face, but he has body scarring as well. He like he has lived a hard life.
Are these the people we met in the train museum?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
That was the same night that we picked you up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There is a goth girl with him as well, who has your typical, I don't want to say cheerleader goth, but close to that sort of look, like the dark kind of mini skirt that's black and white. Almost a tube top with some piercings, here and there and whatnot. Black makeup. Probably has him, on her phone for a ringtone. Or My Chemical Romance.
Is she one of the Whispers, or is she?
She is.
Okay.
This is
What was
Angel.
her- Angel. Okay.
The primary members of the Revolutionary Whispers are Ezekiel, Big Keith, Angel, and Go Uri.
All right.
And so, Angel is Angel is standing, kind of pacing a little bit nervously. Ezekiel is sitting, kind of lounging a little bit, but not with his feet up, but kind of lounging a little bit, in his chair. Go happens to be standing there, and then motions Big Keith over when he's done, keeping normal prying eyes from just peeking in the windows. Glasses are presented with blood, of course.
I'm going to go ahead and pick up a glass.
Okay, it's enough for one blood point if anybody needs anything.
I'm going to go ahead and tip it and take a sip.
Okay. So Go says, well, it's good to finally make your acquaintance again, Baron.
Go, thank you. It has been far too long. I'm so sorry recent events have really gotten in the way of us having this catch up. I appreciate your hospitality towards myself and my group. So, my understanding, you've had some discussion around about some different things that you've requested to stay in Ashland. Can you maybe expand on that? And being that this would be the first time I've heard it personally, I would appreciate the conversation.
Are you talking about the grievances, or are you just talking about what our group has asked for?
I would like both, actually. If you have grievances, I would hope that you are inclined enough to speak with me as the Baron about said grievances so that we can come to a shared understanding of how things would be going forward.
All right. So, for starters, the idea of your council that you have with the Giovanni, which I note is not here, admittedly is avant-garde of such. However, it has become painfully apparent to us, as well as anarchs that have passed through, that you're giving the impression that it's your little group and no more. And given somebody of your prior status, as I understand it, you carried some weight in California prior to coming here. It seems odd, given how much of a dire strait that the anarchs are in, that this sort of, I don't want to say mentality, but well, let's just say rumor has been left to fester. We willingly did a task for you, and one of our members almost got killed. Now, I understand that perhaps that might be the everyday for your group. I don't know. But you have to understand, if you are trying to build something here for everybody, it has to be for everybody, and it doesn't feel like it is. And there's also a rumor that you kind of left the anarchs in Portland high and dry. I guess you sent somebody else in your place to look into it, and it didn't get worked out. Now, oddly enough, an outsider brought the two warring factions of anarchs together. So it's not all doom and gloom, but you understand that if you are, and maybe this is unfair, maybe you didn't deserve to be put in this position, but you are seen as it now. I mean, we don't have any sort of domain really anywhere on the West Coast, and I think there's maybe one in the entirety of the United States. I mean, I could be wrong. She looks to Ezekiel, and he shrugs, but then kind of shakes his head. She goes, "Okay, well, maybe this is it then." I know you didn't ask for that, but in taking up the position of Baron, I would think, I don't know, maybe that would mean a little bit more.
Thank you for that, Go. I am rather disappointed that you have the you have the assumption that it doesn't mean anything to me, or it doesn't mean enough to me. So that does make me sad. That saddens me. This is something that's very new. This is something that is in the early stages of infancy. And I would really love if you and your team would stay and grow with the Anarchs here. It would be safer for you, provided that you have something that's, and to be frank, if you have something in exchange that we can maybe barter with in terms of services, because unfortunately with your business and the way your team procures funds, that's going to cause problems on our end as well.
Would that be problems like Jill turning to barbarism?
Jill doesn't have anything to do with this right now.
As your position of Baron, she does. That was straight Sabat shit.
We're handling Jill.
It sounds like you're turning her into a monster. And if I understand correctly, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I thought your group stood up for their little pack to try and get them out of the Sabat. And when her group dies, she's kind of turned on some humans in a suck fest that is soul damaging. People don't come back from that sort of thing the same way.
I understand your concern, but that's not something you need to be concerned with right now. That's something we're handling on our end. Things worked out the best they could with the situation that was presented. Unfortunately, she did lose. She lost those who were closest to her, and we're taking care of it.
But that's what I'm getting at as this being a bad look. See, not even the Camarilla would do something like that.
A bad look, meaning, are you...
You turned her loose savagely on humans. I mean, I've got pictures of the internal of that med lab that she tore up and blood, gut, spit, and ass everywhere. To my understanding, some of your members were there.
Yeah. I haven't denied anything that you've said, but I do wonder, how did you get those photos?
Honey, I'm Ventru. I've always got something in play.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, you can not like my answer as many times as I have to give it, but Jill is really no concern of yours right now. Our methods that we came upon to save Jill in this particular case weren't the best of circumstances, but what happened, happened.
I see.
Would you prefer that I give her the final death?
No, I think it would be better if she came with my gang.
Oh, really? How so? How are you going to fix her?
Spiritual enlightenment. Ezekiel's already offered it up, should she come over.
Have you had contact with Jill then?
We had contact with their gang but prior to going missing.
Okay. That's something to think about. So, what do you want? What's the deal? If you're wanting us to come here and just offer ourselves openly, that's not something that's going to happen. If you would like to stay here, we can make a home for you. but we won't be threatened, and we won't be belittled if that's your goal.
No, we haven't threatened at all. I'm sorry you feel it's belittling. It's simply facts, and that's the problem. So you can color it however you want, but we can't have a tyrant for a baron. And in all fairness, if you must be nitpicky, that was probably below the belt. But be that as it may.
Fair enough.
That is the problem that you're facing. See, if we leave, it sends the sign to others that might show that the city isn't safe for us. It's a very exclusive clique, and there's probably nowhere else to go except perhaps Portland.
I mean, you could take your chances there.
Fair enough.
What are you going to do about the Society of Leopold when they follow you?
Honey, they're going to follow us all if that's what it comes down to.
Fair enough.
I have to worry about, my little group here.
And I have to worry about mine.
If you're Baron, you have to worry about us all. That's what it means to wear that mantle. You're not a prince. You're not somebody who reigns on high and just gives dictates. You're supposed
What
to
have
be
I dictated?
Well, no, I'm simply stating. Outside of the fact that you're saying that what happened to Jill isn't any of our business, which it is, because we're all supposed to be brothers and sisters in this.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure what else you want at this point. If you'd like to stay, you're welcome to. But we need to get some things in order. If you think I'm being a tyrant by coming to actually meet with you and have a conversation, that's one thing. And your perception is greatly skewed of the situation that's at hand. That's not dealing with the facts, as you would say.
No, I don't think you're a tyrant for coming to sit down. I didn't state that. I'm saying the perception is you're going to start giving that off. You're willingly letting brothers and sisters walk, and more importantly, somebody turn to a bestial nature to satisfy their bloodlust when they could have been quelled or calmed. It's a dirty tactic reserved by the Sabbat, and we should be better than that. And then it raises questions again. If you follow the string of logic, why exactly do you have an alliance with the Sabbat? And I know the particulars, there's something there, but look at it from the outside in.
No, I understand. But I hope that you understand what I'm telling you is the truth, and from the facts that had there been another solution to keep Jill with us, that we would have done that.
What do you mean by keep Jill with you?
Unstake her and keep her where she's not tortured for any more of a prolonged time.
I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to the time when you unstaked her and unleashed her upon some bums. We had the method to help with that. You didn't ask.
No. I wasn't aware you had the method to assist with that, but thank you for letting me know. If time had not been of the essence, then maybe I would have made inquiries. I don't think it was handled necessarily the best that it could have been, but what happened.
Okay.
And we're doing our best to rectify and pay our dues in that respect.
I try and catch Hesperia's eye. If I may ask, Anarch Society is new to me. How do you envision organizationally a combined society here?
It's actually a great question.
What does that look like?
The problem is the format of your council gets in the way of that. Typically, you're going to form something along the lines of the baronies like you had in LA. Now,
Ashland is a pretty small town, though.
What's that?
Ashland is a pretty small area, though.
Comparatively, yes. But that doesn't mean that certain anarch gangs, they don't hold specific territories, even if they're not terribly big. And they answer unto themselves. Barons typically show up to help smooth things out, especially when one gang is at the other's throat, or perhaps the business doesn't align correctly and it's encroaching or something. It's similar to, I'm sure, what you're used to in the Camarilla. The difference is the Baron is the negotiator, not the person who tells. That's a prince. And if there happens to be more than one Baron, then they get together and hash it out.
So you're suggesting that as other anarchs arrive looking for shelter in society, that the city just gets divided into pieces?
No, I'm saying that's what would work in a normal barony system. You have a council, and I'm not even going to pretend that I fully understand how that was made with the Giovanni.
So what is your vision then of, if you stay, what would it look like with our two groups working together, plus other stragglers who come to town?
Well, for one, none of this gung-ho shit like what happened with Jill. I could only imagine if something like that, and in fact I can, because it looked like your whole group tried to move heaven and earth when you were taken. So imagine for a second someone lowly like Jill, who barely even knows what it's like to be a vampire. She's been, what? I don't know, I guess, what, a couple months at best? I think something like that. And to be introduced to this life from the flat of a shovel. So the complete wrong way of doing it. Now imagine the people who are supposed to have her back make her into a suicidal or a homicidal monster just to try and get blood. And imagine for a second how you're going to feel when you wake up out of that. I would imagine if she had any mental strength, she probably would have been catatonic for quite a while. That is a shock to the system. A Baron can't be seen being a part of that. Not if this is all of ours as a part of the movement. That's something the Sabbat does. That's something a prince dictates. That's not how we do things. And council or not, if she's the Baron, she should have all of our backs, not just an oopsie here, move heaven and earth for you, so on and so forth. We barely got a checkup when we almost lost Angel. We got a, hey, are you okay? And that was it. Can you see where I'm getting at from the difference here? It's, and I get it. You guys may have been together a while. Fine. You may even have some blood bonds together. I don't know. I don't. But from the outside looking in, it sets up the idea that you're really only looking out for yourselves. And the last thing that any of us want here is anarchs going to war with one another. Because there's going to be more. There just is. California is in shambles. You guys here have the only decent piece of dirt anywhere on the West Coast. And it's known. So what do you think is going to happen when they think the idea externally is that the Baron and your council are the heroes they're looking for, and they show up and they see this? Does that help the movement? I mean, sure, you can say we beat back to Camarilla, and you guys did, right? You can give yourselves that. But then you follow it up with this, and then they poke around and they hear rumors about the Sabbat, and they hear about some of the shadier things that have gone on. Right or wrong, perception is everything. The movement needs this place to succeed, and it can't be because we just had the quicker guns and the moxie just to shut other people out. That is assuming we're all a part of the same movement. I would like to think we are.
I'm going to reach my hand across the table to go and kind of just put my hand on top of hers and say, I would like to hope that we are part of the same movement as well. So, what are your plans?
Well, ideally, for starters, we deal in drugs, and you know that.
All right.
Oh, it's all about you, isn't it? Thank you. We got another follower, the Jolly Riot. If you guys listen to the chat, anytime that happens, that's Alan Rickman from Galaxy Quest.
Nice.
So she says, so you may not like it, and I can respect that, but the flow of drugs is not stopping. It's actually going on more. It's because of Medford. It's because of the neighbors, the neighborhoods. The city is past the point that you can keep that out. It's better if we, the Anarch movement, at least try and control the majority of that so we can say where it goes, say where it doesn't go. If we don't, somebody else is going to.
I understand that. Our concern is we have several members of law enforcement and higher government locally.
Mm-hmm.
If the crime rates in this area happen to go up, they're not going to be reelected, and then we lose our connections.
Okay, that's fair.
Can you give us assurances that crime is at the very least going to stay at a stable rate that it is now?
We can, and in fact, if it doesn't, we will make arrangements. She looks over again to Ezekiel and then Big Keith, and she says, and we can make arrangements for specific targeted raids that make the police department look good as they corral the corruption.
I think we
basically we sell off the loose cannons.
Okay. I think that might work. Sophie, how do you feel about that?
A lot better than I did before.
All right, so we're prepared to give you the block around NZOs.
Oh, and to let you know, we're not going to sell drugs around here.
Oh, that is preferred that you don't.
No. We are higher-end specialty clients. You don't get the regular street trash from us.
Okay. The higher-end specialty clients, are they still located within Ashland? Or...
Oh, they are. Especially thanks to your Sophie.
I think that's more my crowd.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Very interesting.
You have some interesting friends that need party favors, apparently.
Apparently.
Not spending enough on shoes, I suppose. And I glance down at your feet.
She also says, exactly. Angela's in the chat and she says, the depths you can go to corrupt humans with drugs. She says also, Ezekiel was hoping to share knowledge and get a chance to go through Damaris's library.
Yeah, on that subject, how did he know about my library?
Ezekiel he leans forward from his relaxed position at this point, and he says, word travels fast within certain circles. My understanding is you would understand that.
Yeah, I do, but that's my personal library.
Mm-hmm. I understand, and I'm willing to share of mine as well. I'm a seeker of knowledge. I don't do politics for the most part. When Go asked me if there was something that I might be particularly interested in, I took the shot.
Okay, so here's what I would counter propose on that. Obviously, I would not want anybody in my haven because that's mine. And that's where my library is located, as I'm sure you have a special place for yours.
Mm-hmm.
So, what if there's a way that we could set up a communal library to where we both have access to it, as well as others that may as well? I'm willing to make copies of the literature and such that I have to fill that library should others want to also gain the knowledge.
There's some logistical problems that we would have to go over, like security and where it would be in accessibility. But I'm not opposed to this. I like the idea.
I'm willing to put the work in if you are.
It's all I'm about.
Okay, then we should probably exchange contact information, and I'm willing to share if you are, and as long as it's in a communal space that's secure.
Agreed. Would it, and he looks to Hesperia at this point, I know we're not Camarilla, but would it be fair to say that we could list this as a type of Elysium neutral ground?
Actually, yes. However, those that would access it need to have prior permission to be able to do so, which means that it needs to come through either you or me, as we would be the keepers of it.
I can do that. That sounds good.
Would be nice to have another Elysium spot.
Yeah. And that's when Go chimes in again. She's like, yeah, why the train station museum, and why is that the only place? I've been mulling that question over for quite a while now.
No, I don't remember why we chose that.
Were
you around
before I came to town?
Shoot, that's on me.
At the train station.
I think we just needed, at that point, there were only 3 of us, and we just needed someplace that was secure and quiet and out of the way.
And it's warded now. Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I thought some obscene ghost was yelling something about it the last time we were there.
Yeah. He grows on you.
He can be very useful.
I would hope so.
So tell me, Go, is this a good enough offer for your team to stay?
I think we can make that work. I would like to potentially partner up with Sophie on some art deals, as she had mentioned prior.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I just think across the board, good business is good business.
I do have an ask of you.
What's that?
If you can continue to be brutally honest with me, let us know what you hear and what you see. And I think we'll do just fine.
And we'll reciprocate, of course.
Absolutely.
She says, I think that can be arranged. And then Big Keith comes up behind Hesperia, and he nudges her a little too hard, but it was clearly a nudge. And he says, Hesperia, can I get like a library card to this place? It sounds kind of cool.
I should still have my little haphazard name badge on my shirt. So I'm going to unpin that, and then I'm going to pin it very delicately on Keith, and I'm going to say, here you go, buddy. This is from me to you.
He's like, oh, I'm an official Baron. Although it says my name is Baron, and that's not my name. I'm Big Keith.
No, just keep this. Keep this. It's from me.
Oh, it's like an ID badge?
Yeah,
Like,
pretty
like
much.
when you walk up to them sci-fi doors, you kind of shine it on there, and they let you in?
Yeah, and if you tap on it, you can maybe talk to somebody too.
Ooh.
It's not actually going to work, though. It's just for pretensies.
Oh. All right, fine.
I was about to make a racist clan comment. I can refrain. Out of character. something about hearing voices.
Yeah.
But to be prudent, Sophie wouldn't say that.
So are we all like friends again? Because Bear seemed kind of interested in like fist bumping or something, and that sounded kind of cool.
Oh no, he's interested in blowing shit up. That's what.
Yeah.
Well, there's that too.
Friends till the end, Keith. Friends till the end.
So then Go stands up and extends her hand.
I'll extend my hand and shake hers.
Okay. Then she says, to a fresh start then.
To a fresh start indeed. I'm going to take another sip of my my blood.
Okay. So she finishes hers off at this point. And she does say, as a free handout, a gimme, as you will, a certain someone has let us know that a rogue gang of ghouls was recently caught with something bearing the resemblance of a ghoul that you might know. Some of his property at one point.
California gang?
Yes. Northern California specifically.
Yes, go on.
Well, they got away from the police, but we have it on good authority that they are circling their way back up through here.
Okay.
Does this mean something to you, Sophie?
The people that roughed up Doug a little while ago.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
We can't be certain, but given the fact that the Camarilla had been sighted coming out of Klamath Falls a while back, it would reason to stand that may be where they're heading. I don't know if they're a Camarilla group or not.
Okay. When how do I couch this?
By flopping on it.
No.
Or Rick James in it.
The two the two Camarilla escapees from our fight with them, when they've been taken care of by me and Colin and those other two from Portland, but they were on the run, and they were also, we suspect, headed to Klamath Falls, so that is not insignificant.
So that means there could be the remains of some sort of operation there.
That's worth checking out.
I trust you'll keep us informed of anything else that you hear in the meantime, though, correct?
We will. It seems to be coming through our client traffic, which makes it odd, but we will.
Okay.
That is interesting.
That is very interesting. Well, keep us informed if you find anything else of consequence in the meantime. We'll keep you informed as well.
All right, then. So she stands and motions everybody to the door, motions to Big Keith to let everybody out, and he happily goes over and opens up the door and pulls the curtains back again.
Well, before we leave, I'm gonna go to Ezekiel and exchange contacts.
Okay. He does as well. He takes a napkin and jots something down and hands it to you.
I guess stuff. We'll need to set up a meeting so we can go over what resources we have and get out places.
Yeah.
A couple in mind that I think might work, but I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah. It's gonna be good working with you, Chica.
Yeah, likewise. I hope it works out. I mean, I don't usually share. To be honest, I'm quite a loner, so you'll have to excuse me on some occasions where I might get a little testy.
Oh, I grew up with a bunch of sisters. It's all right.
I didn't, so. All right. Well, I'll be in contact.
All right.
You'll leave with the group.
Are we going someplace tonight, or can me and Keith go blow shit up?
I mean, do you guys have plans? Because I want to go throw this grenade.
I don't have any plans. I just need to go and kind of take inventory of my library again, so I know what I need to bring to the table.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Like watching paint peel.
Only louder.
And
Yeah.
Sophie gets a text. It's a face emoji with tongue sticking out.
Who's it from?
Colin.
Okay.
Do I see her smiling at her phone?
Yeah.
What's all that about?
Yeah, go have fun. I'll get a ride.
Yeah, I'm. I didn't say it.
Oh my!
Exactly. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the oh my for tonight.
I forgot. You're in Lerv.
Yep.
Well, I'm in Lerv with this grenade, so bye.
So
I'm gonna
Brittany
run after
is
Bear and like jump up and click my heels.
okay.
Holding the grenade.
Brittany is blending into the background. All right, so with that, we're already like 3.5 hours in, so we'll go ahead and hit pause there until next week because it's 10:30, and we're good. I think at this point. We did not do XP.
No,
Shame
yeah.
on any of you for not reminding me. I should take it away.
Totally
I was going to, but it was chaotic because we only had half our people.
Right. No, I understand.
Yeah,
So,
we have at least 2 birthdays this month.
whose birthday?
we have like 2 weeks of XP because we didn't get XP last time either, did we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I didn't write it down. What
It's
did we
once
get
a
last
month.
time?
That's once a month. It's usually done at the beginning of the month. Who else has
once
a
a
birthday
month,
this
okay.
month?
I do.
Oh, that's right.
And I do too.
Oh,
What?
happy birthday, guys.
We have
Yeah,
3
my-
birthdays?
Yeah, my
That's a lot
birthday's
of
the 20.
XP.
Mine's the 24th.
19th.
16th.
Nice.
Wow.
So you get 3 rounds of XP?
So,
Yeah.
well, actually, that's what I was going to do. So, since it's October and we're probably going to have some off time when the holidays start rolling around, like November and December and whatnot, go ahead and roll 1d4 plus 1 for the month, and then roll 3d6 plus 3.
That's a lot of numbers.
Maybe.
Wait, who all is rolling?
Well, Brittany, you could always just take 66 of acid damage.
No.
6 of XP.
So
All right,
1d4.
all my D&D dice are in the other room, so somebody's have to roll for me. Or I can.
I have mine right here. I'm using Singting's dice.
Yes,
okay,
Sing-Ting.
1d4.
1d4 plus 1.
Sing Team's a badass.
3 plus 1 is 4.
Okay. So somebody keep a column because Rebecca's going to need to update that too. Maybe tomorrow when she gets back in or something. So you got 4 from there. Who's going to roll the d6s?
I guess I can do that too.
I was gonna say go birthday people.
Yeah.
Well, I can't roll. I have dice, but I can't roll.
Oh,
Mine are in the other room. I'd have to go get them.
Brittany, you
I have-
roll for birthdays.
Where's my d6? Okay, how many do I roll?
3. And then add 3. 1 for each die.
You sure you guys want me rolling?
You did pretty good with the d4.
Okay, 12 plus, what did you say?
3
Plus 3.
12 plus 3, 15.
15.
plus
Plus
4.
the original 4.
Plus 4.
Plus the 4.
So 19.
Woohoo!
So there you go. Happy birthday, my family.
Woohoo!
Wow.
Nice.
Wait, I didn't write it down. What was it, 19?
19.
Yes.
Yep.
Ooh.
I got money to spend.
You got holes in your pocket. It's getting burnt.
It is. I don't know. I gotta look at that.
So for those of you who are watching, the next game we're going to be having is coming up next Saturday, which that's going to be Cyberpunk. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Wait, is it like tomorrow or next week?
Next week.
Okay.
Yeah, I double-checked the schedule. It's next week.
Okay.
The 12th, I think.
Yes.
That's what it feels like.
I think you're right. Hold on a second. Pretty sure. Yeah, because the 16th is a Wednesday, and that's when I'm going to see Hailstorm and Godsmack.
Ooh.
Yes. Ooh. And then hopefully soon we will have the we'll have our next game ready, which is Firefly. So you may see a brown coat or two running around. You may see a decrepit transport. 3 of our people in chat will be in that game. So Missy, Todd, and Brittany. And then if he's still actually in the chat, looks like Eric's going to be in the game too. So we're still hashing out the details and what's going to be going on. And I need to come up with some kind of layout. I really like how this one turned out. So
I like it too. I think it's pretty.
I just got to figure out how to get around the stupid jumping around of images. But I may I think I know what they did when they tried to do Discord, and they pulled up. Basically, they did the same thing what I did with D20 or Roll20, but they created separate windows for each person. So I'll see how that goes. See if maybe it's something we can do next time. So, we love you too, Eric. So with that, I will go ahead and sign off. Hope all of you have a great week and weekend. And thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a good one, guys.
You as well. Thank you.
And you as well.
Bye.
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 Well, that turned out all right.
Yeah.
It did. Wasn't the end of the world.
I want to order one of those blankets, but with my clan on it now, to put behind me.
That would be cool.
Shall I
You
get you
ordered
in?
for your work, right?
With my employee discount, it ended up being like $30.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. Without the employee discount, it is ludicrous. But yeah.
I can only imagine.
But yeah, I'd be happy to order you one.
Okay, I might.